Greetings, Washco Wisco-lings. I'm Fuzz Martin, and this is 15 Minutes with Fuzz, a show about everything positive happening in and around Washington County, Wisconsin. Each week, we explore the people, places, and things that make you proud to live here. Why am I qualified to bring you this information? I'm totally not. I'm here learning just like you are. I just happen to have 2 microphones and a computer. I actually have like 10 microphones. Don't tell my wife. I have 2 microphones and a computer, and here we are. So this week, we talk about a brand new, we'll call it functional fitness gym that very, very recently opened here in West Bend. Sharpened Athletics is owned by Coach, soon-to-be kinesiologist, and Army MP, George Kalioras. In this episode, we talk about how he got his wonderful accent, how he got his love for fitness, and how he got the idea to start Sharpened Athletics. And with that, here is 15 minutes on Sharpened Athletics with George Kalioras on 15 Minutes with Fuzz. Man, I've been waiting to do this episode for a long time. My friend and coach, George Kalioras.
Kalioras, yeah.
Kalioras. We always call you G. Cali or
Coach Cali.
Or just George.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Fuzz.
We're going to get into talking about your brand new gym, Sharpened Athletics, coming up in a few minutes. But first, let's talk a bit about your background, just to get your accent out of the way. You grew up out east, right?
Yeah, New Hampshire. So born in Manchester, New Hampshire, lived in Meredith, big tourist place. Dad had pizza places all over, uncles.
Oh, yeah.
So Greek heritage and
And proud of it.
Proud of it. American now, though.
So what brought you over to Wisconsin? How'd you get here?
Well, I drove my truck.
All right. Why? The why is what I'm looking for.
So my brother-in-law got a job out in Wisconsin, working for the Army full-time. And when I took the trip out with him, just to kind of set things up in the apartment and all that, I realized that I just kind of liked the new area.
Sure.
I was getting tired of New Hampshire, and I just needed to change.
How long have you been over here now?
Since 2012.
Okay.
April of 2012.
So it'll be 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Decade.
Look at you. And you got a birthday coming up. Wow, man.
Yeah.
Lots of anniversaries and birthdays. What were you like as a kid growing up in New Hampshire?
I was really shy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I remember even as a kid, my mom took me to soccer tryouts, and I was so shy. I didn't even want to leave the car or get on the field or anything, which kind of led me to not really playing a ton of sports, but just having a lot of friends. And later on, I learned how to box a little bit. So
Sure. So then what got you into fitness?
Rocky 3.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So you like the boxing aspect of it?
Yeah, I like the working out and the boxing. And I saw that these guys were just doing push-ups and sit-ups and running. And I'm like, hey, I can do that stuff. I was like 12 years old.
Got you amped?
Like, these guys look awesome. I can do that.
Flash forward, you joined the Army, right?
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when you joined the Army?
I was actually 17. It was a month before my birthday.
Yeah.
And my sister had joined the Army. She's 6 years older than me. And I thought if she could do it, then I could do it too.
Okay.
And so I joined the same thing she did, the Military Police Corps and Combat Support Unit.
You served some time over in the Middle East, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In Baghdad.
Okay.
In Iraq. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
2010, 2011.
You're still in the Army, right?
I am.
What is your current role? Still MP? Military Police?
Still an MP. I'm a staff sergeant. Put off getting promoted for a while because I thought I'd get out of the Army, and then trying to finish up college. Thought I'd just go and be an officer, but now I'm going to get promoted to Sergeant First Class, E7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. And you recently had a deployment, right?
Yep. Third one, second time to Guantanamo.
Okay.
Doing security forces.
Sure.
High security camp.
And you just got home a few months ago,
mm-hmm.
and you're finishing up your degree at UW Milwaukee, right?
Correct.
And so what are you going back to school for?
Kinesiology. Trying to finish that up and then move on to my master's in athletic training, which I did get accepted into. So
great. Congrats.
That's promised. Yeah.
Yeah. So you graduate in May, right? This May?
Yep.
Wow.
With my undergrad.
Just a shy under a decade. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
I was the same way. So
a lot of people go to school for 7 years.
Thanks, Tommy. I was the same way. I graduated college when I was 28 because I bounced around until I figured it out, but finished up at UWM in the same way.
I think it's good to just kind of figure it out and do other things in the meantime, see what you actually like to do.
Get some experience and all that stuff. Plus, unlike you, I wasn't serving over in the desert or
you.
Guantanamo. I was just a kid trying to make it in radio.
Sure.
How far are you planning on taking your education?
To the master's level for now.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll ever go for a doctorate or anything like that. I'm not too much of an academic. I just like to learn this stuff and apply it to help other people.
Sure. But the things you're learning in kinesiology kind of transitions greatly into what you're working on now, right?
Exactly.
Getting to the meat of this conversation, you just opened a brand new gym. Where is it and what's it called?
It's on 1530 Corporate Center Drive, Suite 3, and that's West Bend, Wisconsin.
So over by Delta Defense.
Over by Delta
Behind
Defense.
Walmart.
Healing Elements.
Yeah.
Over that area.
Much like I would say a CrossFit gym, it's in a warehouse, right?
Right.
So
garage.
It's not a gym with a bunch of mirrors in it.
Unfortunately not. Those are really expensive.
Yeah, yes. But it is loaded with the right gear that you need to get your work done. First of all, let's talk about it. It's called Sharpened Athletics. Mm-hmm. What is the significance behind the name Sharpened Athletics?
Well, there's a saying that says iron sharpens iron. And I always love that saying because it's teamwork. And that means that everybody, including the members, get to coach, get to learn, get to be with each other. And so at Sharpened Athletics, iron sharpens iron, so we all get sharpened together.
Great. Awesome. And then what made you decide that you were going to open your own gym?
I came back from this third tour and I focused on my semester at college, but I was getting antsy. And my girlfriend was asking me if I wanted to coach, if I wanted to do that stuff anymore. I said, yeah, I just don't know where right now.
Yeah.
And it was always in my mind to open my own gym. And finally, there was an opportunity where it was time to put my money where my mouth was. Mm-hmm. And I did.
You took the leap.
I took the leap.
Now, you've coached in a number of places over the years, but those who have been coached by you know that you have a bit of a different, I guess the word would be theory or set of fundamentals, I guess, and you're really focused on form and getting things right. So just tell us a bit about your theories on coaching people of all levels when it comes to fitness.
Yeah, I guess, like you said, I focus a lot on the movement, and if the movement isn't there, then there was really no real reason to keep moving up in weight or anything like that. But also moving up in weight helps you get your form better. So it's a little bit of a balance. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think it's really important to have a coach too. And as my job, I feel like it's really important to be with the members, with the clients, every step of the way to make sure that they're doing the right thing, because there's just a lot of movements that we can do and a lot of movements people don't know yet. And that's my job. And
I think another thing that I've learned from working out with you is that there's a lot of people move in different ways, and there's different bodies and types and such. And you seem to take it personally or address it personally on a one-on-one basis on what your abilities are, what your body makeup is, those kinds of things, right? Right.
Yeah. No, definitely. Because through the years, I've moved differently than other people, and I would always kind of get lumped into this one category. I got to squat this way or bench this way, and I just don't move that way.
Sure.
And so, I do take it personally, and I address it personally for everybody.
Yeah. At Sharpened Athletics, what kind of classes and training can your members expect to get when they join on?
It's really interesting and rather unique. To address a class, you kind of got to see the outline of one to really understand it, but there's always going to be a warm-up. There's going to be kind of a secondary, more specific warm-up to the movement of the day. There's going to be a main movement of the day, which is going to be some sort of squat, press, deadlift, bench press, depending on what day it is. And then there's going to be a section for working out. So you're taking that same movement, we're just lightening the load, and we're doing a couple other things with it and keeping moving, but there's also a rest in between those movements.
Sure.
And then we finish up with a little bit of lighter work to kind of pump the blood and recover.
What time of day do you offer classes at Sharpened Athletics?
Yeah, so it is a 24-hour gym access, but it's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. classes.
Okay. You said it's 24 hours, so people can come, and if they're members, they can come work out at any time of the day. If they are working a late shift, maybe they're a firefighter or police officer, and they want to work off, they get done at midnight and they work out after that, right?
Yeah, that was the goal. Like you said, I'm Army and my girlfriend's an ER nurse and we work weird hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always thought as coaches and gym owners, we can do better for the people that serve us. And so I always wanted a place that can just make sure that the people who serve us have the ability to, and the training to get the job done. So yeah, I put a keypad on the front and there's cameras just to make sure nothing happens.
Yep.
So that people, like I said, the firefighters, the police, EMTs, nurses, military, whoever can go in when they can go in. That's appropriate for them, not be forced into a class sometime.
And you don't have to be one of those groups. You could be an office dweeb like me and just, have insomnia and want to go work out.
Right. Anytime.
Exactly. What do you personally want to get out of Sharpened Athletics?
I really miss the community aspect of the gym.
Okay.
I miss having people around who are in the same kind of mindset. We all want to get better at something, even if, we have different life goals.
Mm-hmm.
We all are there to get better and we all help each other out. So it's really, really awesome to have people on your side who know more about a certain subject than you do. And then you can ask them, or like they can help other people in the gym, and it just brings everybody together.
You had some help opening the gym. Who put in the work with you?
Oh man, a lot of people. My girlfriend, Meg, obviously, she was there helping clean up and sweep up and making sure I was doing things, not just slacking off. There was a lot of people who were really excited about this. So like you did, Fuzz, for instance. You were there a lot helping me out and behind the scenes too, helping get set up. There was Reagan Collette. He put in a ton of work, especially one weekend while I was at drill. Amanda and Quinn Peruche. There was Jen Schuster, Juan Garolo.
So if someone wants to check out Sharpened Athletics, how can they take a look at the gym and possibly get signed up?
Well, they can go over to sharpenedathletics.com, see some photos, and then shoot me an email. And there's all sorts of buttons on there that say join now.
Mm-hmm.
You're not necessarily joining now, but it will give me an email. Sure. And then we can set up a time to come into the gym, talk, see what kind of goals you have, and set something up from there.
So again, where are you located?
1530 Corporate Center Drive, Suite 3, West Bend, Wisconsin.
Okay. And signs are coming. So there's a...
Yes.
We joked that we were calling it Sharpie Athletics because we have a Sharpie sign on the front of the garage right now. But inside, you've got some legit equipment. It's all Rogue and high-end gear that is really good, and it's going to be a good place to work out. George, I wish you all the best on your new adventure. I'm looking forward myself to being part of that community and getting rid of some of this pandemic fluff that I've put on. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Fuzz. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks again to my friend George Kalioras, owner of Sharpened Athletics, for joining me on this week's episode. I have worked out there 3 times in the last week, and I have to admit, I was at Disney for the other 4 days, not working out. But I absolutely loved it, and I will be back right away on Tuesday morning. Not this morning, but Tuesday morning. If you ever have an idea for the show, hit me up at fuzz.cc/guest. That's fuzz.cc/GUEST. New episodes of 15 Minutes with Fuzz come out every Monday at midnight. Learn more at 15withfuzz.com and on the social channels at 15withfuzz. And we'll talk to you next time right here on 15 Minutes with Fuzz.